Do you love the thrill of watching zombie movies? If you do, then get ready for an epic adventure through the zombie apocalypse with Zombieland. Filled with action, humor, and unforgettable characters, this movie is a must-see for any fan of the undead. But before we dive in, if you love the thrill of watching a group of survivors fight off hordes of flesh-eating zombies, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more of the best zombie movies out there. Now let's enjoy the video. This movie features a few survivors of the zombie apocalypse caused by the mad cow disease that turned people into mad zombies and took over the world. In the beginning, we discover that America is now the United States of Zombieland as the citizens have turned into zombies. The main protagonist, Columbus, explains the list of rules he has followed that helps him to survive as the scene shows a fat guy being chased by a skinny zombie. Columbus explains that the first rule is cardio, which is to keep fit. Then we see the chaotic street where the hungry zombies chase their targets. So if his rule number 2 is to double tap, as we see, the woman hesitantly shoots a zombie but still gets attacked by it. So the rule is, if unsure whether the zombie is dead, hit it again to smash the head. Thirdly, beware of bathrooms. The man in the toilet gets attacked by a zombie because, according to Columbus, they can sense your smelly shit when you are most vulnerable while doing smelly business. Fourth, we see the zombie kids in the party attacking the woman in the car. For Columbus, you have to focus on your own survival and cut all emotional ties. So the last rule is to fasten your seatbelts. In the next scene, we see Columbus in the gasoline station. 2 months ago, the first victim ate the contaminated burger, which has turned the entire population into zombies. Columbus thinks he is the only survivor who survived by following his rules. For instance, a zombie appears when he attempts to go to the bathroom, so he runs off and gets chased by more zombies. Fortunately, he manages to drive away, but a zombie emerges from the backseat. He gets shocked and bumps into the wall. The zombie flies from the backseat. Luckily, he is safe because he puts his seatbelt on. Then he explains another rule to survive. To travel light, he is going home to check if his parents are still alive. While walking on the highway full of cars, he sees an SUV coming in his direction. He runs, but the driver follows him. The SUV stops and Columbus points a gun at the guy, Tallahassee, who comes out of the car. They point a gun at each other, but after they realize they are both normal, Columbus gets in his car. As part of Columbus' rules, he immediately checks the backseat. They do not want to exchange names, so they call each other by the name of their destination. Since they are heading in the same direction, Columbus insists on traveling with him. Later they stop as Columbus needs to use the bathroom, where he reveals his fear of the clowns. Then he reminisces about the early spread of zombies. A girl suddenly knocks at his door. He lets her in and gets a hug from her. The girl frighteningly tells him that a homeless man chased her and tried to bite her and eat her hormones. So Columbus comforts her using his muscles, and the girl kisses him without using her tongue before she takes a nap on his bulletproof shoulder. Columbus feels delighted, however, when he wakes up. He sees the girl has turned into a zombie and she chases his smelly ass. Columbus runs around the house as the girl chases him. He then strikes her head and awaits her to come at him again. The double tap rule arises when the girl comes out of the bathroom and Columbus hits her on the head to finish her off. Going back to the present, Columbus tells Tallahassee about the rumor that there is an unscathed place, but Tallahassee thinks it is fictitious. While on their way, they come across a hungry zombie savoring a man's organ in the middle of the road. Columbus describes Tallahassee as an obsessed zombie killer, but more obsessed with finding a Twinkie, so they stop at a grocery store before going inside. They get some weapons in the trunk and enter the grocery store. Tallahassee plays his banjo to summon the zombies and kills them using it. Another zombie appears and Tallahassee kills it using the garden shear. Then suddenly, a woman named Wichita comes out of the room and asks them to help her sister before following her. Columbus lists another rule to know your way out, so he puts a box between the doors. Wichita tells Columbus that her sister Little Rock got bitten, telling them they want to end her misery. While looking at Columbus' gun, Little Rock explains that she decides to end her own life, but she and her sister do not have a weapon. Since Columbus is reluctant, Tallahassee decides to do it. However, Wichita emotionally interrupts him, saying she will do it instead. After he hands her the gun, Wichita suddenly points it at Tallahassee and demands him to give them their car keys, weapons, and ammunition. After that, the girls drive away and talk about the Pacific Playland, the place that is believed to be zombie-free, which is where they are heading. Meanwhile, Columbus and Tallahassee are walking around to find the car. Tallahassee feels upset about getting his car stolen and manipulated by the girls, but he suddenly feels delighted as he sees the yellow truck. So they immediately check the truck and Tallahassee celebrates as they find loads of weapons from the back seat. Then he happily drives the car while Columbus convinces him to forget about getting his revenge on the girls and just head home. Tallahassee tells Columbus that home for him is his dog, but sadly he lost the dog because of these zombies. So now he enjoys the little things, and Columbus includes enjoying the little things as part of his rules. On their way they see Columbus' SUV in the middle of the road with the word help written on the side of it. Tallahassee thinks it is a trap, so he checks it and finds out that it's abandoned. He gets in the car only to discover that Little Rock is hiding in the back seat. He feels disappointed at Columbus for being hostage by a kid. As soon as Little Rock comes out, she points the gun at Tallahassee and takes his gun. After that, she orders Columbus to haunt the car and her sister Witch that comes out and orders them to get out. She drives the car and they go together holding them as hostages. The scene shifts to Wichita and Little Rock's past, showing how they have been conning people. For instance, they tricked the gasoline station cashier as Wichita seduced him and acted like she had lost her ring. She promised to reward him, but in reality it was a setup. Little Rock acted as if she found it and the cashier guy gave her some money in exchange for the ring that he thought was more valuable and would give him a chance to contact Wichita back to the present. While on way, Columbus smiles while thinking they are still lucky they did not leave them in the middle of the road. Right after Columbus genuinely thinks the girls, Tallahassee immediately grabs the gun and points it at Little Rock, so Wichita pulls up the car and points her gun at Tallahassee. Columbus freaks out and lectures them to cooperate. Tallahassee is the first to keep his gun, followed by Wichita, and they drive off. Columbus asks them where they are heading. Little Rock excitedly tells them they will go to Pacific Playland, where they used to play, believing that it is zombie-free, but Tallahassee mocks that idea. Subsequently, Columbus asks about his hometown, and Wichita unintentionally reveals that his hometown was burned to the ground. She immediately apologizes as Columbus feels sorrowful. He then realizes that they are all orphans in Zombieland. They have been driving all night, and when Wichita notices a truck, she offers Columbus to take it and go on their own. But Columbus realizes that he wants to be with her, and he chooses. They stick together. Moments later, Tallahassee insists they stop at a grocery store. They kill a zombie and look around for some stuff. Columbus puts on some, and Tallahassee immediately notices that he admires Wichita. Then Columbus sprays some perfume on Tallahassee and gets punched by him. They seem to have a little fight, but when they try to break some of the things in the store, they feel satisfied and enjoy smashing them up. After appreciating the little things, they continue their journey and drive off. They harmoniously travel together to the Pacific Playland. As they arrive in Hollywood, they decide to take some rest, so they find a famous personality's house to stay in. They arrive at a celebrity's mansion and fascinatingly, look around. Columbus decides they split. He invites Little Rock to watch a movie in the movie theater while Tallahassee and Wichita search the rooms. Meanwhile, Tallahassee and Wichita are having fun in the room when suddenly the celebrity arrives. He looks like a zombie, so Wichita hits him with a golf club. He explains that he disguised himself as a zombie to blend in. Tallahassee is a big fan. He shouts in excitement and surely expresses how he loves his works. After that, they get high while Columbus interrogates Little Rock about her sister. The three decide to prank them as the celebrity enters the theater, pretending to be a zombie. Columbus immediately grabs the gun and shoots him in the chest, ending his celebrity life. Columbus apologizes, but the celebrity admits it is also his fault. Then they put the celebrity's corpse outside and shot the gun to salute him. That night, they play Monopoly. While talking about the best and worst things about Zombieland, Columbus tells them that for Tallahassee, the worst thing is about losing his dog. However, when Tallahassee emotionally tells them a story, Columbus realizes that he's talking about his son, not a dog. Tallahassee cries, and he shows them his son's pictures in his wallet. The following day, Tallahassee practices shooting things in the mansion. Little Rock approaches and joins him, so he teaches her how to shoot. At the same time, Wichita brings a bottle of wine and invites Columbus to drink. They talk and reminisce about their past. Then Wichita invites him to dance. They get intimate and almost kiss each other when Tallahassee interrupts their fishing moment before leaving. Wichita tells Columbus she likes him, but her priority is their survival. The following day, they watch the girls leave using their car while driving. Wichita opens up to her sister about nearly kissing Columbus, and that is because she forgot their rule, which is just the two of them. Later, they finally arrived at the Pacific Playland. Columbus is dispirited that Wichita is gone, while Tallahassee tells him his plan of heading to Mexico. Meanwhile, Wichita powers up the playland, which makes Little Rock astonished. However, some zombies notice the lights from afar and head toward the playland, while Wichita and her sister enjoy the rides. Moments later, the girls get chased by a bunch of zombies. They get into their car and drive away while some zombies cling to their truck, so they jump off while the car is moving, letting the vehicle and zombies get into the sea. They continue fighting the zombies, shooting them as they sprint. Meanwhile, Tallahassee and Columbus exchange farewells as Columbus will go after the girls and Tallahassee plans to go to Mexico. Before Columbus drives the motorbike, he tells Tallahassee that the girls were ones in someone else's wallet too. It makes him feel guilty, as Columbus implies that the girls are someone's children too. Tallahassee sees Columbus fall off the motorbike, so he drives the SUV and invites him to go together to meet the girls. Meanwhile, the girls sit on a ride as they get surrounded by a swarm of zombies below them. Since the tower ride goes up and down, the zombies try to reach them, so Little Rock shoots the control box to make it stop. Moments later, Tallahassee and Columbus arrive at the amusement park and immediately shoot the zombies from above. Little Rock happily sees them coming, so Wichita tells her they need to start preparing their apology to them. The girls wave and get Columbus' attention. Tallahassee tells Columbus to get the girls while he prepares his gear. After that, he gets the zombies' attention to distract them as Columbus will rescue the girls while Tallahassee shoots the zombies. Columbus is also chased by some zombies. At the same time, some zombies also start to climb up to the girls. Subsequently, Tallahassee locks himself in the booth and gets surrounded by by zombies as he shoots them. The zombie reaches the girls, but they run out of ammunition. They urge Columbus to hurry and rescue them, but he encounters a zombie clown, which is his greatest fear. This is where he breaks his rule not to be a hero, and he overcomes his fear for Wichita as he hits the clown with a mallet. Subsequently, he sees a zombie attacking the girls. He quickly presses the emergency button to make the tower ride drop. Wichita immediately hugs him and tells him her real name, which signifies her trust in him. After that, Columbus and Wichita kiss each other. Tallahassee probably watches them and is happy for Columbus. Later, while walking, Wichita suddenly remembers and wonders where Tallahassee is. Columbus correctly guesses that he's looking for his favorite treat in the store. Upon entering, Columbus witnesses Tallahassee freaking out as he cannot find his favorite Twinkies. Then they hear some noise and Columbus quickly shoots the cupboard where a mouse emerges. Unfortunately, he shot the box of Twinkies, making Tallahassee upset, so Columbus apologizes. Just then, Columbus sees the girls driving the SUV, so they hurry outside. Columbus thinks the girls will abandon them again, but Wichita pulls up the car. He suddenly realizes that these three people are the closest to the family he has always wanted. Subsequently, Little Rock tosses a Twink at Tallahassee, which he eats elatedly, and they happily watch and savor it. In the end, they survived by working together and they drive off the Pacific Playland. Thanks for watching. If you love the thrill of watching zombie movies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Till then, I'll see you on the next video.